When people talk about full-size SUVs, the conversation usually revolves around names like the Chevy Tahoe, Ford Expedition, or maybe even the GMC Yukon. But Toyota has quietly been building something special with the Sequoia, and in 2025, the TRD Pro trim feels like the Sequoia finally stepping out of the shadows. The TRD Pro has always represented the most rugged, off-road ready version of Toyota's lineup, whether we're talking about the Tacoma, Tundra, or 4Runner. Now applying that same philosophy to a three-row family SUV as big as the Sequoia creates something pretty unique in this market. The first time I saw the 2025 Sequoia TRD Pro, I was honestly surprised by how aggressive it looks. The blacked-out grille, the bold Toyota heritage lettering across the front, the skid plates, and those chunky off-road tires immediately set the tone. This isn't some mall crawler pretending to be tough. It looks like it's ready to get dirty. And that's something I've always respected about Toyota's TRD Pro models. They aren't just visual upgrades, they actually come with the hardware to back it up. But here's the question, in 2025, with so many people flocking to more refined SUVs like the Tahoe, high country, or even luxury options like the Lincoln Navigator, does the Sequoia TRD Pro actually make sense? Or is it trying to be something for a niche crowd that's shrinking? Well, after spending some time with it, I can tell you it's a very particular kind of SUV. It's not for everyone, and that's exactly why I like it. It doesn't compromise its identity to chase trends. The 2025 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro doesn't try to blend into traffic, and that's something I really admire. Most full-size SUVs nowadays are leaning toward a more polished, upscale appearance. Think about the Cadillac Escalade, the Lincoln Navigator, or even the latest GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. These are vehicles designed to impress in front of a hotel lobby or at a red carpet event. The Sequoia TRD Pro, it looks like it belongs halfway up a mountain trail with mud splattered across its flanks. The front end is dominated by the heritage Toyota lettering across a massive grille framed by bold LED headlights that almost resemble the Tundra's design language. The skid plate peeks out underneath, hinting at the off-road hardware lurking below. Black fender flares wrap around chunky all-terrain tires mounted on unique TRD wheels. It's a stance that says, "I'm built for more than just school runs." One of the details I love is the blacked-out roof rack, which comes standard on the TRD Pro. It's not just a styling cue, it's actually practical if you're someone who goes camping or carries gear. The triple-color heritage TRD Pro badge adds a pop of personality without feeling gimmicky. Around the back, the tailgate is clean but muscular, with darkened taillights and a subtle TRD Pro logo. In person, the Sequoia TRD Pro looks massive. And let's be real, it is massive, but instead of trying to hide its size with smooth lines, Toyota leans into it. This SUV has presence. Park it next to a Tahoe or Expedition, and it doesn't just hold its own, it looks tougher, more adventurous, like the one you'd actually want to take into the wilderness. Climb inside the Sequoia TRD Pro, and the first thing you notice is that Toyota strikes an interesting balance between ruggedness and refinement. The TRD Pro is not trying to compete with the leather-wrapped luxury of a Navigator or Escalade, but it's also not some bare bones off-roader. The cabin feels modern, practical, and just premium enough to make long drives comfortable. The seats are wrapped in Softex, Toyota's synthetic leather that's durable and easy to clean, perfect if you're bringing kids, pets, or a weekend's worth of dirt from camping. TRD Pro logos are stitched into the headrests, and the red contrast accents add a sporty touch. The seating position is commanding. You sit high with an expansive view of the road ahead. The steering wheel feels chunky and purposeful, with red stitching and TRD badging to remind you that this isn't just a regular Sequoia. In terms of tech, the 2025 Sequoia TRD Pro gets Toyota's latest infotainment system with a massive 14-inch touchscreen right in the center. It's crisp, fast, and actually easy to use, a huge improvement over Toyota's older systems. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, which is a must these days. There's also a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster giving you all the off-road info like pitch and roll angles, as well as the usual driver assist features. But here's the thing, while the front seats are great, the third row is a little tighter than what you'll find in a Chevy Tahoe. It's usable, but not ideal for tall adults. Cargo space also isn't class-leading, but Toyota counters that with practicality. There's clever underfloor storage and sliding seat mechanisms that make it flexible. Overall, the interior feels like a tool built for adventure, not a luxury lounge, but not Spartan either. Under the hood, the 2025 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro doesn't mess around with a V8 anymore. Some traditionalists might sigh at that, but Toyota has gone all in on the iForce Max hybrid powertrain. It's a 3.4-litre twin-turbo V6 paired with an electric motor pumping out a combined 437 horsepower and a whopping 583 lb-ft of torque. Those numbers actually outdo the old V8, and more importantly, they come in lower in the rev range thanks to the electric boost. On the road, the hybrid setup is smooth but muscular. Step on the throttle and this big SUV moves with surprising urgency. It's not fast in the sports car sense, but it doesn't feel sluggish either. For a vehicle weighing well over 6,000 pounds, it feels confident merging onto highways or overtaking slower traffic. The 10-speed automatic transmission shifts cleanly, although it can hunt around a bit when climbing steep grades. But where the Sequoia TRD Pro really shines is off-road. It's equipped with Toyota's crawl control, multi-terrain select, and locking rear differential, making it more than just a poser with chunky tires. The TRD-tuned Fox shocks soak up rough trails, and the skid plates give you confidence when crawling over rocks. It feels like a serious off-roader in a world where most SUVs are mall crawlers. The hybrid powertrain also helps with towing, rated at around 9,000 pounds. While that's not class-leading, it's plenty for boats, trailers, or smaller campers. And with the electric motor assisting, it feels less strained when pulling weight compared to some gas-only rivals. Sure, purists might miss the V8 growl, but in terms of capability, this new setup gets the job done and then some. Toyota has stepped up its game when it comes to in-car tech, and the Sequoia TRD Pro is no exception. The highlight is the 14-inch infotainment screen. It's responsive, intuitive, and thankfully doesn't rely too heavily on touch-only controls. Physical buttons for climate control are still there, which I personally appreciate. Too many brands are ditching buttons entirely, and it makes simple adjustments more complicated than they need to be. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are included, and they actually work seamlessly. The JBL Premium audio system is also part of the package, and it delivers clear, powerful sound whether you're listening to podcasts or blasting classic rock on a road trip. There's also a head-up display, wireless charging, and multiple USB-C ports scattered throughout the cabin to keep everyone's devices alive. On the safety side, Toyota includes the latest Safety Sense suite, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking. It's reassuring to know that even though the TRD Pro is all about ruggedness, Toyota hasn't skimped on making it family-friendly and safe. Another underrated feature is the digital rear-view mirror, which is a lifesaver when the SUV is packed with passengers and gear. You get a wide, unobstructed camera view that makes backing up less stressful. Add to that the 360-degree camera system with off-road views, and maneuvering this beast becomes way less intimidating. Overall, the tech package hits a sweet spot, modern and loaded with features, but not gimmicky. It doesn't overwhelm you with complexity the way some luxury brands do. Here's where the Sequoia TRD Pro shows both its strengths and its compromises. As a family hauler, it does the job well, but not without caveats. The first and second rows are spacious and comfortable, with supportive seats and plenty of headroom. Passengers in the middle row will be happy, especially with captain's chairs. The third row, however, is where things get tricky. Compared to rivals like the Chevy Tahoe or Ford Expedition, the Sequoia's third row is tighter. It's fine for kids or short trips with adults, but not ideal for long journeys. Cargo space also isn't the best in class, thanks to the hybrid battery placement. With all three rows up, you don't get the cavernous room that some competitors offer. That said, Toyota tries to make the most of what's there. The sliding third row adds flexibility, and the underfloor storage helps keep smaller items organized. The power folding seats make transitions quick, and the wide opening tailgate makes loading gear easy. For weekend camping or road trips, it's more than capable, but if your priority is maximum cargo space, you might want to look at rivals. Where the Sequoia TRD Pro shines for families is in peace of mind. It's reliable, rugged, and built with durability in mind. Parents won't have to worry about fragile leather or electronics that'll break after a year. This SUV is tough enough for daily abuse, whether it's carpool duty or hauling sports equipment. After spending time with the 2025 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro, I walked away impressed, not because it's perfect, but because it stays true to its identity. It's not trying to out-luxury the Escalade or out-cargo the Suburban. Instead, it doubles down on being a rugged, capable, go-anywhere family SUV. And in today's market, that makes it stand out. The hybrid powertrain delivers more torque than the old V8, and while some may miss the soundtrack, the efficiency and capability gains are undeniable. The off-road hardware isn't just for show, it actually works, making the TRD Pro one of the few full-size SUVs you could confidently take into the wild. Yes, the third row and cargo space are compromises, but if you're realistic about how often you'll pack every seat, it's a trade-off worth considering. Most importantly, it feels authentic. Too many SUVs today try to be everything at once: luxury car, minivan, off-roader, and end up being average at all of them. The Sequoia TRD Pro knows what it is. It's a tough, dependable, family-friendly machine that doesn't shy away from dirt, mud, or long road trips. So, who's it for? Families who want an SUV with real off-road chops? Adventurers who need space but don't want to give up Toyota reliability? Or anyone who looks at an Escalade and thinks, "That's nice, but I'd rather be camping"? If you're into vehicles that feel purposeful, the Sequoia TRD Pro is worth your attention. And if you want more deep dive reviews like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you pick this over a Tahoe Z71, an Expedition Timberline, or even a Jeep Wagoneer? Let's talk about it.